So many slip-ups. ITV News' Rebecca Berry humiliates and exposes Prince Harry during interview about his mission against illegal tactics of tabloids. In a shocking turn of events, Prince Harry's recent interview with ITV News' Rebecca Berry went disastrously off the rails, with the young royal being thoroughly embarrassed and exposed live on air. The interview, meant to showcase Harry's ongoing campaign against the illegal tactics of the tabloid media, instead became a masterclass in how not to handle a tough journalistic grilling. The interview began innocuously enough, with Berry asking Harry about his foundation's latest initiatives to combat the excesses of the paparazzi and tabloid press. However, it quickly became clear that the prince was unprepared for the level of scrutiny Berry was about to subject him to. You say you want to stop the illegal tactics of the tabloids, but what exactly do you mean by that? Berry pressed. Because frankly, a lot of what they report, while perhaps distasteful, doesn't actually break any laws. Things like paparazzi photos, pursuing celebrity gossip, that sort of thing. Harry stammered for a moment, clearly caught off guard. Well, it's not just the illegal stuff. It's the way they, distort the truth and invade people's privacy, even when it's within the bounds of the law. But isn't that kind of the nature of tabloid journalism? Berry retorted. They thrive on sensationalism and exaggeration. Isn't that what you signed up for when you married into the royal family? The prince's face visibly reddened as he struggled to find a coherent response. That's not fair. I didn't ask to be in the spotlight like this. My family has been subjected to horrific treatment by these outlets for decades. Forgive me, but isn't that part of the bargain? Berry pressed on. The royals get immense privilege and public adoration, but in return they have to accept a certain level of media scrutiny, even if it gets unsavory at times. Isn't that just the trade-off? Harry's composure was quickly unraveling. No, that's not how it should be. We deserve privacy and respect, just like anyone else. These tactics go beyond what's reasonable. But you must have known what you were getting into, Berry continued, relentlessly. Surely you and Meghan didn't think you could just have all the perks of royal life without also dealing with the downsides of the intense media attention? At this point, the prince was visibly flustered, his face flushed and his hands fidgeting. Look, I know what I signed up for, but that doesn't make it right. The way they treat us is cruel and unjustified. Something needs to change. Berry was undeterred. Forgive me, but isn't a large part of the problem that you and your family often court that attention, whether it's grand public weddings, carefully curated social media, or lucrative TV interviews? Aren't you in some ways complicit in the feeding frenzy? This was the breaking point for Harry. His composure shattered as he unleashed a torrent of defensive, at times incoherent, retorts. That's not fair. We try to have a normal life, but they just won't leave us alone. The way they twist everything, it's despicable. And you're taking their side? I thought this was supposed to be an interview about solutions, not just rehashing the same old tired arguments. Berry remained coolly unflappable in the face of Harry's outburst. I'm simply trying to understand the nuances of this very complex issue. As you know, the media landscape is rapidly changing, and the public's appetite for celebrity gossip isn't going away anytime soon. Aren't there more productive ways you could be addressing this, rather than just lashing out? At this point, the interview had completely derailed, with Harry visibly flustered and struggling to regain his footing. Berry wrapped up the segment, leaving the prince looking thoroughly humiliated and exposed. The fallout from this disastrous interview will undoubtedly be felt for some time. Harry's foundation's credibility has taken a major hit, and his reputation for being thin-skinned and unable to handle tough questioning has been reinforced. The tabloids, meanwhile, will no doubt have a field day dissecting every awkward moment and misstep. Ultimately, this interview serves as a cautionary tale for public figures who think they can simply demand positive coverage without being willing to face hard truths and tough questions. Harry may have thought he could waltz in and lecture the media, but in the end, he was the one left looking foolish. A humbling lesson, to be sure, for the young royal.